What's up guys, Kila West here, and today we're going to be going over some of the pre-orders and a special bonus. We're going to go over the Finnish Air Force Day 2025 bundle sale. I'm going to be telling you guys, is it worth spending your hard-earned money on some of these bundles and pre-orders that are coming to the game in the next update. By the way, I think the update's going to come next week, but before we get into the video, if you're thinking about picking anything up from the War Thunder store, don't forget to use my link down below to get a discount and my decal. It really helps out the channel a lot. Now let's get into it. I read the comments on the last video, so now I know you guys want to see actual gameplay, so we'll show that. The first thing we're going to go over is the Harrier T.10. With this pack, or pre-order, whatever, you get 2,500 Golden Eagles, 20 days of premium, and with the pre-order you also get a unique title and a decal. For the new players, this might be a plane that you want to stay away from. While the Harrier T.10 is at 11.3 and does get 9Ls, this plane gets basically stealth rounds for all of its belts, making the shooting a lot harder. Even someone like myself that has a little more experience in the game, almost 2,000 hours, it can be hard to hit shots in this plane. For $70, I would probably rather spend my money on the Bison or something like that if you're really trying to grind Great Britain. Other than that, it's okay. I mean, it has good ground ordnance, but not my cup of tea. Now moving right over to the A-18C Early, the most controversial plane of this update most likely. While it is $80, I do have to say I kind of think it's worth it for the right person, but I'll get into that later. First, going over the plane, a lot of people have already done reviews on it, so I'm not going to rehash it, but I'll go over the basics. For the ground enjoyers, there's a huge lineup of different munitions you can bring. I'm an air enjoyer, so I specifically enjoy the AIM-7Ps, which are freaking amazing, and the AIM-9Ls. An honorable mention, who doesn't like a little bit of Cobra button, dude? I like being able to take off the AOA limiter, sorry. But back to the meat and potatoes. The reason I really like these AIM-7Ps is the data link. So you see here, I lose lock on this. But if I regain lock, it'll go back after it. But say like I already missed that target, I'm gonna lock up a new target, and the missile will continue to go after the new target that I locked because of that data link. I mean, what's not to like about that, right? Since we already saw what AIM-9Ls can do, I'll show you this, how the AOA limiter is pretty fun. So you have your normal turn here, you go ahead and press the limiter, and boom, you get that much extra AOA to get your guns on target, which is super helpful. But it'll also let you die very fast if you don't know what you're doing. It should also be stated that the gun for the A-18C Early is right in the nose of the plane, so you're going to be shooting exactly where you're aiming. Unlike the F-16 where the gun's offset and stuff like that. But it is my honest opinion, if you know how to play this game, especially if you know how to play top tier, and you have 80 bucks sitting around and you just want to hurry up and get this plane, I wouldn't blame you if you bought it. You gotta understand, some people have 80 bucks just sitting around to spend. It is what it is, and if I want to play this instead of grinding it out, so be it. Especially if this plane continues to sit at 12.7, and I can get down tier to not 9.7, 11.7 in this plane, it's a no-brainer. I'm gonna want this thing. Especially for my people out there that work a full-time job and don't have all day to grind. This is definitely a good alternative. Next thing we're bringing to the table is the Type 74 Red Star that I didn't even know was coming to the game. It's sitting at a modest 8.3 BR for Japan. It gets Heat FS, APDS, and HESH rounds. From playing around with this, there isn't anything spectacular about the tank. It does get smoke launchers, it does get artillery, but the rounds are a little lackluster. I think the APDS or the Heat Fin Stabilized is probably your best bet. Probably the APDS is the best, but I could be wrong. I like APDS, it's not that bad, but don't expect to one-shot a whole lot of stuff when you don't know exactly where you're shooting. If you know where to shoot, like right there, you're gonna kill stuff one shot, no problem. Armor-wise, I'm not seeing anything spectacular that's gonna make you go, oh wow, this thing is great. But, you know, take it for what it is. It's a 105mm gun, it'll do the job. Oh, and before I forget, I believe the gun is stabilized, whether fully or partially, and it does have a laser rangefinder, which is super important for a lot of people. If you're trying to grind Japan, I think this is a decent choice at 50 bucks. I wouldn't be too mad if I picked it up. I think it'll be pretty okay. Moving right along to the Ariete Certezza, I'm probably not pronouncing that right. This thing has a pretty decent armor package. I know it's supposed to get the war armor package, but the spall liners on this are pretty helpful. You're definitely going to want to play this hull down. But for $70, I don't know. I don't know if it's really worth it. I've only heard terrible things about Italy top tier ground, so there's that. Other than that, it does get the DM53 that gets over 600 millimeters of pin, and it does get a laser warning system and laser rangefinder and all that good stuff. I didn't put it on, but this thing also does get camo netting, and some people go crazy for camo netting. When I personally picked this tank up, I like Italy, I want to grind Italy, so yeah, maybe I would pick it up because it would help me grind through some of the tiers that I'm not really a fan of. However, I did want to show off the armor a little bit. You can see here with heat fin stabilized, we'll let the round out, and that spaced armor, it really helps out. But if you shoot that lower plate, you're done for. But if you put that APFSDS on the turret cheek, the spall liner does help keep everyone else alive, letting you shoot again. Last for the pre-orders is the German CLOVIS at 8.0. The armor is really nothing to speak about. Even the rounds that it gets are nothing really to speak about. While it is 105 millimeter, the thin armor, even though it's a light tank, kinda takes me out. But the angling on it is really good, like you saw with that shot. Since your engine is right in the front, if someone shoots you there, you might be able to absorb the shot and not lose any crew members, but not likely. For 50 bucks, I feel like I could just get the Type 74 or just play the tech tree, honestly. There's nothing really about this tank that really shines to me. I don't think it's really worth your money. And for the final thing, we're going to talk about the bonus, the Finnish Air Force Day 2025 bundle. This bundle is going for $65.72. Usually it's $131 to get all of these different planes bundled together. In this clip is actually the BF-109 G6, which is in the bundle, one of my favorite BF-109s to play. This is one of the major bundles that I think you should pick up, and this is why. You're getting 3,500 Golden Eagles, and you're getting I should say you're getting 27 days of premium time, along with 4 different planes. The BF-109 G6, chef's kiss. VL Permiski's pack, that plane, chef's kiss. The Fokker D-XX1, not really gonna do anything super crazy for you. The Morco Moraine, another comes with a 20 mil too, but pretty decent. And then you also get the J35XS. Like, what else could you ask for? If you're looking for something to grind Sweden, this is the perfect pack for you. You get rank 2s, rank 4s, rank 3s, and a rank 7. You get to play all these different planes as you grind your way through the Swedish tech tree. Not to mention all of these planes are half off. Honestly, out of the pre-orders and this would be my #1 pickup out of everything. But to go over this one more time and do a final little recap, if I had to pick up anything from these pre-order sales and the bundle, #1 would be the bundle. That bundle, you can't beat that deal. That is a deal that you'll never see again until it comes back around. Other than that, I would probably, honestly, I think I would get the A-18C Early pack and the T-74 Red Star pack. Those would be the 2 that I think I would pick up. I need to grind Japan, and the A-18C Early, I just liked it. I got to play on the dev server, and I liked the way it felt. Sorry, not sorry. Other than that, if you're thinking about picking up anything in the Gaijin store, don't forget to use my link down below. Get a discount, get my decal, it helps me out. See you on the next one.